On this video, I'm gonna let you know if med school is really that hard or not, and my opinion on it. I hope you're gonna be blessed, and let's get started with this video. When I told my family that I wanted to study medicine, everyone was telling me, don't do it. Even though my family are all in the medical sector, my dad is a doctor, my mom is a nurse, they created me in a hospital probably. Everyone was telling me not to study medicine. And why? They were just saying that it was too much for me, or it was way too hard, that I was gonna waste all of my life, that I'm just gonna be stressed all the time. Even my teachers at school, they were telling me, you're not smart enough to study medicine. Medicine is not for you. Sophia, you think you can study medicine? Keep dreaming. My grades were not the best, and everyone was just trying to take me away from this idea of studying medicine. But this is dry. But I didn't accept a no for an answer. And why? Because medicine is not about how hard the material that you go through is, but it's about the consistency. And I'll explain you all about this in a bit with the Pancake Theory. At school, I used to be so burnt out, studying hours and hours. It was very hard for me to understand simple concepts, and I would end up very burnt out. So I really thought that medicine was not for me. But studying medicine is like this. So medical school is like this stack of pancakes. And why is it like that? Well, imagine that I tell you that for the rest of your life, you're gonna have to eat these 6 pancakes. At the start, you're very happy. You're like, yeah, pancakes, ooh, amazing. The first 3 days are great. You finish your 6 pancakes. But then the 4th day, it's getting very hard. You grind it to the first week. And then the 2nd week, you decide to only eat 4 pancakes. So, little recap. If you don't finish the pancakes of day number 1, the 6 pancakes of day number 1, then the pancakes of day number 2 will be the 6 pancakes of day number 2 plus the pancake that you left on day number 1. Medical school is the same, meaning that if you don't finish learning what it's on the first semester, then all the material that there will be on the 2nd semester will be added on top of the first semester. So on the 2nd semester of med school, you might be like, oh, it's not a big deal. We didn't learn that much in the first semester. I'll just keep on adding it. It's not a big deal. But then you will find yourself adding and adding and adding many pancakes to the point where you will be like, wow, this is way too much to handle. So essentially that's why med school is hard. It's not because the topics that you go through are hard, but it's hard because you are required to stay consistent year by year, and you can never leave your guard down. Now, let's get ready to get out. Basically, this consistency is achieved through self-discipline and through acquiring mental toughness. What is mental toughness, you may ask yourself? Mental toughness is a term usually used in sport, and it refers to having the natural or developed psychological edge that enables you to generally cope better than your opponents with the many demands that life or sport places on us. In my case, these demands are long study hours, overload of content review, and competition. Specifically, it helps us to be more consistent and better in remaining determined, focused, confident, and in control under pressure. A great way of acquiring mental toughness is exercise, cold showers, or start waking up earlier. Basically, In my case, cold showers are the hardest thing I do and the first thing I do in the mornings. When I do this, I develop mental toughness because I think this is the most painful thing that I'm gonna face during my day. So, by logic, the rest of my day it's gonna be easier compared to this. The way that you can engage in mental toughness is engaging in things that make you uncomfortable but will help you in the long run. Basically, a teaching that you can get out of this is to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and force your brain to stick to it. Now, let's answer to the question that we're all asking ourselves. How do I retain information better so that the pancake theory doesn't kick my butt? I cannot stress this enough. Active recall is so important. In school, all they teach us is to read and take notes. But in the long run, this doesn't help us, as it's passive learning. Our brain, while we are taking notes and while we are just reading, it's not working. That's why it's so important to test ourselves. And not only test ourselves once we have learned or we believe that we have learned a topic. We should test ourselves in order to learn a topic. Yes, it might be slow at the start, but in the end, this is something that you really need to acquire. Okay guys, so I'm back home and I'm ready to give you the last tip to retain information in the long run. I just created this program, it's called HPMD, and it's a program made for medical students or pre-medical students to manage their time more efficiently, to set up a good work ethic, also to get good study techniques for anatomy, physiology, pharmacology. But most importantly, this program will help you to get into your dream internship. So if you think that you would like that for you, just click the link down in the description and we'll see if you're a good fit for it. We have people from all around the world, from the Philippines, from the US, from Lithuania even. So yeah, you know what to do. Click the link in the description. Okay, so this is the end of the video. I wanted to thank you for staying until the end. And remember, this video has tons of hours of work. So I would really appreciate if you would hit that like button, if you would subscribe, and you will keep on supporting me on this journey of a med student doing her best. So yeah, be blessed and see you next Saturday. Have a great weekend.